Wild Horse had just 3 hours to get married, or he'd lose the chance to inherit his grandfather's $10 billion. His best friend immediately placed a marriage ad in the newspaper. The result? Total chaos. A billionaire bachelor looking for a wife? The news spread through the city like wildfire. Single women from every walk of life, in full wedding gowns, rushed to apply for the position of Mrs. Wild Horse. Why bother with dating or working? Marry him, split the fortune, and live happily ever after. Brides poured in from every direction toward the church. Wild Horse woke up from a nap to find the place packed wall-to-wall with brides, all talking at once, declaring their love and asking what kind of wife he wanted. Though he was a wild horse of the prairie and had tasted much wild grass, he had never seen anything like this. Running on pure woman-charming muscle memory, he blurted out half-baked answers, but the brides weren't impressed. Some looked ready to devour him on the spot. Luckily, his best friend arrived in time to rescue him. The friend had just gotten a call from Annie, who was on her way back from the countryside to see Wild Horse. He didn't want them to miss each other, so he sent Wild Horse racing to the train station. The moment Wild Horse stepped out of the church, he looked back, a sea of white. Terrified, he bolted. The bride army gave chase. Fortunately, he flagged down a taxi and made it to the station. When Annie arrived, Wild Horse pulled out a ring to propose, but Annie refused, heartbroken. She'd seen the public notice and knew he was rushing to marry only for the money. Seeing her sadness, Wild Horse apologized sincerely. He told her she had already tamed him, he was willing to live in the stable she built for him. After this whole ridiculous day, he realized Annie was the one he truly wanted to protect. The so-called 10 billion was only to save his factory, nothing more. Annie was moved to tears and accepted his proposal. Only 30 minutes remained. A lawyer and a minister rushed to the station to conduct the ceremony. Annie put on a wedding dress she'd found in the restroom. When they opened the door, they saw brides running past. The bride army had arrived. They split into 3 groups to surround them. Wild Horse had no choice but to flee again, finally scrambling up onto a high platform, scanning the sea of veils for Annie. There were too many. He couldn't find her. Thankfully, the minister was quick-witted. Police arrived to hold back the brides while he climbed up with a loudspeaker to officiate the wedding right there. The best friend and the lawyer lifted Annie up to Wild Horse. They kissed atop the platform. From that day on, Wild Horse was no longer wild. Annie and he had found their true home in each other.